Hey Scorpio, what's up? Welcome to your reading. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're going to be seeing what messages want to come through for you guys, get you some insight, get you some guidance, see what you need to know, look out for, or be aware of. If this reading is helpful or insightful, please let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. Private readings are available down below. And oh my gosh, you guys, my channel the other day hit 65,000 subscribers. I am just so grateful. I'm so honored to be able to connect with your energy, have this time together, see, what might help you on your journey, what you may need to look out for. Thank you so much for being here. Whether you are new, welcome to the channel. If you are a return subscriber, welcome back. And I'm just so excited to be doing this reading for you today, Scorpio. I've missed your energy. I've missed reading for you guys. We're a little late, but you know what? There's no such, no, we're not late. We're on time. We are on divine timing. And, I trust that whenever these messages come out or when you need them the most. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements, please show me clearly what my Scorpios need to know, look out for, or be aware of during this time. It's currently thundering right now in the middle of a storm, so I feel like it's very Scorpionic. We have, wow, this is so wild. Honesty has come out for a few signs over the last week. Honesty with the Maiden. I'm seeing a fresh beginning, wiping the slate clean. I also, because the Maiden represents like this innocence, this rawness. You know how kids can just like blurt things out and they can be very blunt and they can be very just, they will say what's on their mind, whether it's good or bad, whether it's acceptable or appropriate. This is just like this true raw honesty. I think Capricorn had this card, honesty. I think Libra had this card. I think Sagittarius, like it seems like there's a few signs that have been getting the honesty card. It's like, ooh, time to be honest, time to be truthful, gonna get to the bottom of something that has been brewing for a while. But this feels with the Maiden, it brings in this softness. It does bring in this, like it's genuine, okay? Whatever this is that you're being honest about or someone's being honest with you, it's super real, it's super genuine, it's super refreshing. It's like a breath of fresh air. I want to pull some more. So far your numbers are 14 and 40. This could even be a conversation if you have any children, right? If you're a parent, there could be a conversation you have with a child. I'm just seeing like an age gap, 14 versus 40. If you're 40, or like, it's like, what would your past self say to your current self right now? What would your younger self, your childlike self say to you? If you were to sit down at a table with your younger self and talk, what would come up? What conversations, what advice, what would you tell your younger self, and what would your younger self tell you if they knew what you were going through? That'd be very interesting to kind of meditate on that. You might pick up on some really interesting downloads and insights. Maybe someone doesn't have a whole lot of experience, or there's this breakthrough in communication, if there's been poor communication, or maybe you haven't been the best at communicating your thoughts or feelings, and this is something that you're working on, or someone that you're connected to is working on this. What else going on for Scorpio? What do my Scorpios need to know, look out for, or be aware of during this time? Gotcha. Oh, sorry, not gotcha. Giulia. So this is a card of fears. This is a card that represents like the shadows, what's hidden, what we're not aware of, what we don't see. And normally in our heads, we blow things out of proportions and make it seem a lot scarier than what it may actually be. Giulia is really just about like the monster in the closet or the monster under the bed. Like, what's gonna happen? Oh my God, what's gonna happen if I speak up, if I be honest, if I tell this person how I really feel? How are they gonna react? Oh my God, it's gonna explode. Everything's going to come crashing down. Oh, I might as well just like bite my tongue. I'm not gonna say anything. Like, someone's scared to be honest with you. You could be scared to be honest with someone. There seems to be a huge like covering the mouth, feeling like time is running out, feeling intimidated. Someone either feels intimidated by you, Scorpio, or you're feeling intimidated by someone. Maybe you both feel kind of that way towards one another. But Giulia is a card where it says like, most likely whatever you're most afraid of, it's not real, it's not coming to fruition. You can breathe through this discomfort and come out on the other side with ease, relief, and resolution, okay? So there's a situation here that you've been like kind of avoiding. I would honestly say like you would be avoiding this. Oh, I just knocked my amethyst crystal. I feel like with the maiden to Giulia, this would be like again the kid that's afraid of the monster and needs its parents to go check out the basement, or you know, feels here. And also in a way, when we look at these cards, the maiden doesn't look that afraid of the Giulia. So you might not be afraid. Maybe there's a little bit of that, but you're pushing through it, or you're being honest with yourself. Like, okay, what really am I afraid of here? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Or, you know, like I see you kind of like being rational here, or you're kind of intellectualizing the actual situation and sorting it out. Okay, at the bottom we have the Singer of Chalice. This is kind of like the Ace of Cups. This represents connection. This represents emotion. This represents your emotions, feelings, expression. Okay, underneath that we do have Undressing of a Salad and Fairy Who Was Kissed by the Pixies. There's a lot of like raw emotions, even love. There's vulnerability here. Undressing of a Salad is where like it's about separating. It's about even possibly removing your ego from a situation, putting your pride aside. Someone here is maybe doing this, expressing some sort of vulnerability. There's something you've been juggling, or there's been a situation that's been up in the air for a while now. And I'm seeing love needs to be brought into the situation, or compassion, or healing, or patience, right? The Fairy Who Was Kissed by the Pixies. This is a card of unconditional love, removing judgments, removing, you know, restrictions, expectations, things like that. Maybe that's a fear, that's some sort of struggle to overcome, an insecurity that's being brought up here with Giulia. So you could be facing some sort of insecurity, or someone's facing themselves, facing their shadow selves in order to get to you, or to get to the root of the problem. Your numbers, that was 61. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say about all of this. This seems very interesting. Comment down below how this may be resonating. Maybe come back to this by the end of the week. It might make more sense. Like I'm talking like a week from now. Whenever you come across this reading, I would love to hear how this unfolds for you, Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio. What do you guys need to know right now? Show me clearly. Messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. What do they need to know right now? Nine of Pentacles. Very important during this time. You are focusing on you, yourself, health, your money, finances, and just your overall well-being. Nine of Pentacles is a very single, independent, self-reliant. You know, she's very grounded and down to earth. She's confident in herself, her abilities, and you know, she's just kind of in her own world, in her own lane. Not too busy focused on anything or anybody else but herself and her goals. At the bottom, we have the Three of Cups. I see you attracting a lot of people that are embodying / radiating the same frequency as you. We have the Three of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me you're okay to be alone, but you also thrive in community. You thrive in your connections and friendships. I see some sort of celebration as well, some sort of good news coming in. I'm seeing an event, a party, or some sort of accomplishment over the next week or so. So keep your head up for that. I would say I'm getting an image of like someone cracking a bottle of champagne. So I feel like there might be something you might be celebrating. There could be some sort of big celebration in the near future. Some of you could be moving out, moving alone, like you're living on your own, or it seems like you are stepping into a time of your life of like severe independence. Like you really seem to be self-reliant here, and you're being celebrated. We have Death underneath that, Justice, Two of Pentacles. Things are really balancing out for you, especially in your emotional well-being. King of Cups underneath that feels like, you know, things really, I mean, even like Libra energy with Justice, things are balancing out for you. I almost want to call you Cancer. Shout out to anybody with Cancerian placements. Things are balancing out for you. I'm seeing justice being served. If you're dealing with any like legal matters or things like that, or you're waiting on some sort of results, you're waiting on an outcome, you're waiting to hear back from something, someone, a place, whether you've been accepted at the job or a university, or you got the mortgage approved, or I don't know, it's looking like there's good news coming in, very good news, and it works out in your favor, and you've been taking the right steps in order to ensure this outcome. It's truly working out in your favor. Justice with Death is bringing in change, transformation, and like you've learned a soul lesson here. You've like completed some sort of karmic cycle is what I'm hearing. You may have Libra placements or could be dealing with someone with Libra placements. Libra energy. Maybe something about when the moon is in Libra. Right now, the moon is in Leo as I'm doing this reading. So maybe check where the moon is at, and when the moon's in Libra, this very well could be when you are celebrating. I think the moon in Libra, if I'm correct, I'm gonna take a wild guess. So Leo, then Virgo. I think Libra, moon in Libra, I think is on July 1st or the 2nd. Might be on Canada Day. I'm in Canada if you didn't know. Okay. Show me clearly what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. What do my Scorpios need to know right now? Show me clearly. 4 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. So here we have this foundation. Here we have this relationship, connection, home, family. There's a community here. There's even children involved for some of you. There is this partnership. Things seem to be quite stable, quite, you know, committed. Wish fulfillment energy as well. This is known to be the 1111 card. This seems pretty great. All right. Things are going quite nicely. We had the 2 of Wands that then fell out with this, and there is now a decision to be made, but it's not just a decision you're making, it's a decision that you and someone else are making together, or both you are deciding on like what the next step is in this journey, on this path. And let's see what's at the bottom, see like what y'all are kind of leaning towards or which way. Let's see. Queen of Cups. Okay, so definitely follow your heart here. Definitely follow your intuition. Your emotions seem to be influencing this decision. You want to, let's see, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Swords. So that is that honesty card from earlier, right? I feel like there will be an honest conversation you and somebody have about the future, about your plans, about the direction of this connection, this commitment. If you're single, this could be about, you know, if you're seeing anybody casually, or, you know, I'm seeing conversations taking place that are about the future with someone, whether you choose to share the future together, or I'm not really seeing the possibility of going separate ways. I'm not seeing that. We have the 10 of Pentacles, Emperor. I'm seeing something is being built. I'm seeing something's being established here. So anyways, at the bottom, there is a very spiritual connection that you have with somebody here. High Priestess, Knight of Cups, and Queen of Cups. You could definitely be dealing with another water sign, hence Cancer, Pisces, or another Scorpio. But there seems to be someone that someone's definitely distant. Okay, when we look at the Queen of Cups to the Knight of Cups is moving in a direction that's away from the Queen. And in a way, this Queen is observing that, watching this Knight move, and they're not really interacting with one another. I would say that this Knight of Cups, High Priestess, is someone who's being very like disassociative, like they're hard to reach, they're not saying too much, they're keeping quiet. You might be wondering what they're thinking, what they're up to, how are they really feeling. Someone seems to be doing a lot of like meditation or shadow work. I'm seeing here, look at this Knight of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Swords. Someone is withholding the truth from you, Scorpio, or someone has a lot they'd like to express to you, but it's almost like, remember what we saw earlier about like the avoidance with that Giulia? I was like, I'm getting like someone's avoiding something because it's like they're afraid, or there's discomfort, or there's this awkwardness or tension, or there's this fear of like things blowing up. This Knight of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Swords, this is someone that is definitely trying to get clarity, trying to get confirmation from their higher self of what to do or what action to take, or again, even talking about like the future here, 2 of Wands, so like where things are going. So, but I do feel like this is a very divine spiritual connection. I'm seeing telepathy. I'm seeing like clairvoyance, right? You may be very clairvoyant. You might be dealing with someone who has a lot of spiritual gifts and abilities themselves. And I mean, I'm also seeing something about a chain being broken or some sort of restriction, or remember how I was like, I feel like someone's withholding. I'm feeling this weird, almost buzzing sensation, like right over here on the side of my head. It stopped, of course, when I touched it, but I just felt like, what? I don't even know what I was saying. I feel like my mind just got like zapped. What was I saying? I don't remember. Okay. I didn't mean to bump you guys. Unmute the microphone for a second. That's funny. Something about holding back. Maybe this Two of Wands is like, I'm feeling the buzzing on the side of my head again. Like you're literally just this weird like little tingling sensation, like just on this side, like literally like right here, like not my temple, but just like an inch back from the temple on my crown. Weird. What the hell is that about? Some energetic upgrades. That's all I can say. Maybe someone can like, in a way, they trying to get inside your mind. Who knows? Okay. 9 of Wands. So we have a lot of fire. We go from the 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands. I'm seeing someone is very set in stone with this. Like there's a choice to be made. We'll look into it, but someone is very much like locked in their decision. I don't know if it's shared though. We'll have to see what's at the bottom. We have a 6 of Swords, but someone's very determined. Someone has made up their mind here. You may have made up your mind. Someone's made up their mind and they are not budging. And I'm wondering if this is a choice like, did you make together, or is this a choice you made on your own independently, or they made on their own without you being involved? 6 of Swords at the bottom. So 9 of Wands, 6 of Swords. We have the Hermit. This was a choice made alone, or choice that you made on your own, or choice they made on your own, or you both made choices independently. And did you consider each other? I'm not sure. We have 6 of Swords, Hermit, and 8 of Swords. Someone feels kind of stuck or trapped, or like they're very, I'm getting a lonely energy with the Hermit and the 8 of Swords. Someone's kind of afraid of being locked away. Why did I hear that? Locked away. Someone's been locking themselves away, trying to deal with their own problems by themselves, but they feel trapped. Someone with Virgo placements, possibly. Someone feels very trapped in their mind. And they're moving through it. 6 of Swords. They're moving through it. They're determined to get through this like turbulent time, mentally turbulent time. I don't really think there's a whole lot going on in the physical. It seems more like mental, or even just like energy wise. Someone may be very lethargic or tired or quiet. Again, someone seems to be in their head. We have the 8 of Swords with the King of Cups. Someone's feeling extremely sensitive, very emotional, and therefore they're like trying to deal with it by themselves or in private. Someone's been doing a lot of reflection, a lot of introspection of what's the next step. And I mean, this person isn't gonna give up. You're not gonna give up. It just, I'm seeing also, look at the 9s, 99. You could be seeing 999. Maybe it's on a license plate or an address or a phone number. 9s in numerology do talk about completion of a cycle. It's like that final push forwards, final breakthrough. I feel some stubbornness coming from this 9 of Wands. What's going on for Scorpio? What do my Scorpios need to know right now? We're blurry. Hold on. Oh, look, we have the star at the bottom. Aquarius energy, if you're dealing with one. What's going on for Scorpio? What do my Scorpios need to know right now? Interesting. Well, so we have these 3 cards that flew out in the reverse. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, 6 of Wands in the reverse. Look! Oh my god. The synchronicities, 5-5, and all the fire, all the wands over here, that's crazy. That's wild. This fell out on top of the 4 of Wands. You and someone aren't speaking to each other right now, or there's tension, it's awkward. Silent treatment, definitely I'm seeing here. You could be in the same room physically, but you are not talking, or I'm just seeing like there's a blockage here, but it's being resolved. Or this 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the 5 of Wands in the reverse is showing that like a resolution here. Possibly apologies, forgiveness could be a thing here, but something didn't work out. 6 of Wands in the reverse. Something was not successful. Something failed. Something hit rock bottom. I'm like took a nosedive. I'm literally seeing like the image of like a, plane hitting the ground. Loss of control, right? Something, and that's, is not to make light of terrible situations, but there's been some studies about pilots and their lack of communication and how that you know, is it technically proven 100%? No, but it makes sense. Like, I don't know if you've heard about this, but yeah, the co-pilot and the pilot, the main captain, if they're not really communicating, that is a big issue with plane crashes. So lack of communication, y'all. Lack of communication could have been a big factor here that led to a failure or a collapse or like losing control of the plane, right? And remember, planes, they fly high, as in like your dreams, high up in the sky. Who, you know, what was I saying? Flying once upon a time used to seem impossible, right? Go back hundreds of years ago. I can't even speak. Hundreds of years ago. We have a King of Cups that flew out here. Flying seemed impossible. How were we gonna fly? How are we going to put a heavy ass machine up in the sky? How is that possible? And they found a way to make it possible, right? So it's talking about some sort of dream that you have, and it could be a shared dream or a shared vision, a shared goal with someone that you thought was impossible. You made it happen. You and these people made it happen, but because of your differences, because of, you know, lack of honesty, lack of direction, fear, right? Losing control, feeling powerless, being overly controlling of others, it led to the downfall. It led to the collapse. It led to this fail or this loss. Emotions that could have gotten in the way too with the King of Cups. Anyways, I don't remember where that King of Cups came out. We have King of Swords at the bottom. We got King energy showing up here. All right. Well, I'm seeing possibly some resolutions in the near future. Show me clearly what's going on for Scorpio. Three of Wands. You getting all the wands in this reading? Like, you notice that? We're getting all the wands, which wands is about action. It's about energy. It's about intention, right? So plans for the future. Ooh, nice. 10 of Cups at the bottom. The plans for the future looking promising, looking very promising. Your ships are coming in. Okay, so maybe air didn't work, right? You're like, you know what? Flying, maybe that's just not for me. I'm gonna go by boat. Well, that has its own freaking issues, but anyways, that's a conversation for another day. But with this Three of Wands, there is this new approach. Expectations are adjusting, shifting, changing. Plans are changing for the better. You're very close to land. You're very close. This desire, this intention, this manifestation, this creation, right? With the Maiden, which is also an energy of like handle with care, very fragile, very sensitive, very much in the early stages. So you're going to want to be careful with this. Just like, you know, even with a boat, not parking, but, you know, what's the right term? I don't remember. I'm not a boat person. Like, I've been in a boat like a couple of times. But, you know, docking, right? Docking to land or something like that. It's like, you got to be careful with the whole process. So anyways, Three of Wands, we have the 10 of Cups at the bottom, the Knight of Cups here, and the Queen of Wands. Oh, look at here, 8 of Wands as well. So look at this. This is what's coming towards you. All right. More fire with the Queen of Wands, Aries, Saggy, Leo. If you got any of those placements, shout out to you. This I can't fucking speak. It's annoying. This may also cross into Leo season, but keep in mind, Mercury has moved into Leo. So I'm not surprised why we have actually a lot of fire and like Leo energy popping through in this reading, because that's actually in the stars. There seems to be someone coming towards you, pursuing you. They have this dream, they have this desire, they've had this realization, wake up call. 10 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Someone has a lot of love for you. You have their heart. Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. You are what they desire. All they want is to be with you, to spend time with you, to fix things, heal things, mend things. That there seems to be a lot of movement, okay? Expect a message in the near future. We have the Eight of Wands, and then we even have the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords underneath that. A lot of cards at the bottom of the deck that we're looking at, but it is telling a story because someone has been watching you, lurking, watching you like a hawk from a distance, but they've been holding back. Why? Because they've been waiting for the right moment. They've been picking up and like preparing themselves for what they're wanting to say. They've been studying you. They have been taking notes of certain things that you have been doing. They've been gathering, okay? They've been gathering a lot of information, and expect a message. Expect a message in the near future about this person's intentions with you and the future plans and dreams and goals and aspirations. 10 of Cups. Right? Even we see in the Three of Wands, there's like this bird flying in. A little birdie has a message. Little birdie's got a message for you. Let me clarify. I'm gonna clarify honesty. Let's see what this honesty is about. And then we can even clarify like the mating and see like what's being born into this situation, what's being birthed, what's being created. And yeah, let's see. First of all, honesty. Yeah, why is honesty here? Tell me about honesty. Time to be honest. Time to come clean. Time to come forth. Okay. Tell me about honesty for Scorpio. 10 of Wands. So someone's been burdened. Someone has been carrying a lot of baggage. They've been feeling this pressure. It's felt uncomfortable, yet we've been knowing that. 7 of Wands. Tell me about honesty for Scorpio. Why is honesty here? 9 of Wands. More of the fucking Wands. This entire reading is Wands, Wands, Wands. Comment down below if you're dealing with a fire sign. If you got fire placements, I'd like to hear, you know, confirm for me. This is, oh my God, look, 8 of Wands. Wands, Wands, Wands. And the Hierophant, Taurus energy, okay? Someone's learned a lot since you've been gone. 8 of Cups at the bottom. Since you've been gone. 6 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 8-8. Synchronicities in this reading. 8-8-8 actually. Wow. We've seen 9-9-9, 8-8-8, 4-4. No, 5-5. We've had a lot of synchronicities, okay? It's crazy. You might be seeing a lot of synchronicities regarding this situation, specific signs too. It's just something that you cannot deny, and it's not a coincidence either, okay? Maybe once you're like, oh, it's a coincidence, but now it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. Babe, it's not a coincidence. This is happening. This is for real. This is legit shit. All right. So it's interesting how we go from the 10 of Wands to the 9 to the 8. Okay, there's a countdown. Oh, the final countdown. Someone's counting themselves down. You know, and sometimes you need that extra courage where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. Count me down. Count me down. Or if you're like jumping out, talking about planes. If you're talking about like skydiving, bungee jumping, which that is so scary. I don't know if I'd do that, y'all. I don't know if I'd do that. Okay, if I dare I say 100,000 subscribers, I'll jump out of the plane. I'm just kidding. Okay, we'll talk about it then. But they'll like count you down if you ask. They're like, okay, count me down, then I'll jump. It's there's this countdown here. Someone is being courageous. They are letting down these walls, these burdens, these matters of the past, unpacking, and it's getting easier to move forwards. Like as we see in this 10 of Wands, they're moving forwards, right? They're persisting. They're not quitting. It's tiring. It's exhausting, but it must be done, right? So here we have the 9 of Wands, kind of just confirming like, okay, consistent, persistent, having to really push through and believe in oneself and remember and be connected to the reason why are you doing it in the first place, right? Why are you being honest in the first place? Where is this getting you? It's your morals, it's your values, it's who you are as a person. Okay, anyway, so then 9 of Wands, you're pushing through, you're kind of cracking through the shell, you're cracking this egg. 8 of Wands, breakthrough. Wow, I'm so glad I did this. That was worth it. I feel relieved. I'm making moves. Things are moving so much easier and seamlessly, and I am so supported. And also look at like multiple manifestations coming to fruition all at once, kind of overnight, y'all. And the Hierophant. So this is all about learning evolving, leveling up, ascending, growing, and teaching, right? You have been the student, in another way, you have been the teacher. And so clarifying, being honest. What someone is saying, what would I say? How would I translate this into like a phrase, a sentence? I've been trying really hard to change. I'm a little iffy on the change because I'm like, well, change where? Someone's been practicing, someone's been studying, someone's been doing a lot of learning. They've been trying really hard to do better. And it shows 8 of Wands coming from the 10 of Wands. It shows that there has been some movement. It shows that there has been, someone's been doing a lot of unpacking, a lot of clearing. They've been very dedicated at cleaning up their life, healing themselves. We look at the 9 of Wands, their tail is cracked, right? Their tail is cracked. Someone has been working on healing, mending themselves, their wounds, their insecurities that maybe bled into this connection. This is wild. Someone's been doing a lot of learning, a lot of studying their past mistakes, learning from them, things like that. 8 of Cups at the bottom. 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Or sorry, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. It's like, I may have left, but I always find my way back. Or I found my way back to you type shit. With help, with assistance, with support. Someone has been working on leaving behind habits, addictions that were unhealthy or toxic. Maybe getting their finances straight. Okay, and so taking a look into the Maiden of like what new is being created here, what new is being birthed into this reality, into this experience. What can you tell me about the Maiden? Isn't that Virgo, the Maiden? You know how like zodiacs have like, okay, Taurus is the bull, Cancer is the crab, Virgo isn't an animal. Isn't Virgo the Maiden? I should know this, but I don't. I haven't read for Virgo in a long time. So you can confirm that for me if you want in the comments. Would love to hear. Okay, tell me what the Maiden, why is the Maiden here for Scorpio? What is being birthed? What new things are coming in regarding this situation? Anything? You give me more wands. Give me all the wands. All the wands. All the motherfucking wands in this reading. 3 of Wands. I feel, and that's funny because when I was clarifying, I was looking at this card, the 3 of Wands, the original one that came out in this reading. I was looking at that, and it just feels like there's something that you're expecting. There's something you're anticipating. There's something that you are sensing is coming your way, and it definitely is. Spirit is guiding you towards taking a closer look. So whatever thing that is coming in that's new, it's building off of something that's already there, already established. It's like renewed. It's like, you know, when every freaking year Apple's like new iPhone, but it's like literally the same. Maybe like a couple things have changed, but it's like basically the same fucking damn phone. It's like, so in a way, is the situation the same? In ways, yes. In other ways, no, it's different. Or someone's been doing a lot of studying, reevaluating, reflection, introspection. More wands, Queen of Wands. Hey, she's back. We saw her earlier. 3 of Swords at the bottom. Someone here, sorry, there's like a loose hair. It's like on my leg. It's pissed me off. It's annoying. Someone's been doing a lot of work on creating something new. Queen of Wands, tell me about the Maiden. 6 of Wands, more wands. This whole reading is fire. This whole reading is fire. What's at the bottom? King of Cups. Okay, we got a little bit of water to balance it out. Just a little bit. Things are reaching a boiling point though. Things are definitely reaching a boiling point. I also feel like someone's trying to get your attention. Someone definitely sees you, wants to be successful this time around, right? We saw the 6 of Wands reverse earlier, talking about something that failed, something that took a nosedive, something that was just, it blew up, right? It was not successful. This time around, though, appears to be different. Someone really wants to be successful, wants this to work out, wants things to change for the better. King of Cups, Emperor, Aries, more fire. More fire, and the Page of Swords, And the Hangman, again, so someone has been doing a lot of, I'm repeating myself, someone's been doing a lot of reflection. They hadn't took action in a long time because they were just trying to get their mind right, trying to get their sights right. They had to do a lot of focusing on different like outlooks on life, different attitude, shift in perspective. Someone really had to shift their ways, change their ways, shift their perspective. Then we have the King of Cups and the Emperor. Now someone is ready to take lead, to take charge, to be emotionally available and open and honest and direct, and creating like a safe place to open up and let your heart shine and express what needs to be said. Okay? Whoa. Whoa. One last thing. Let me see why Giulia is here. Like, what's the worst that could happen? For those that want to know, if you've been very nervous, anxious, worried, stressed, overthinking, doubting, my dog is right outside my window. What the hell are you doing, girl? What the fuck? Surprise. What's the worst that could happen? Y'all want to know? Let's see. I'm gonna pull like 1 or 2 cards on Giulia. What's the worst that could happen? Tell me about Giulia. Is there something that actually you should be on guard about or cautious of, or is this all in your head? Giulia, what's the Ace of Pentacles? What's the worst that could happen? Coming into stability, coming into something long-term, coming into abundance, financial opportunities, windfall of money. Oh my God, you attract what you fear. You attract what you're scared. Oh my God, I'm so scared of being rich. Oh my God, whoa. Okay, tell me about Giulia. Maybe, someone actually does have a fear of like commitment or fear of the future or like fear of change, right? Someone really likes certainty. They'd like to know that what's theirs is theirs and that won't change. With the Lovers. And the Knight of Wands, more wands. Okay, I'm done. No more shuffling, no more clarifying. This is where we're going to end it with these 2 cards. So there is a lot of mirroring taking place. I feel like someone is also, I mean, when we're asking like, what are you so afraid of? What are they so afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? That you guys get closer and merge your freaking souls. Like the Lovers of Giulia. It's like, I see that someone is very just like intimidated by this connection. It's almost like you're looking at your mirror. Maybe you're calling this your twin, right? There could be something about like separation, physical distance, from 2 very different backgrounds, 2 very different lifestyles. Maybe somebody has a fear of like not being accepted, or a fear of not having enough money, or someone is afraid that they don't have enough to offer you what you deserve, or vice versa. Someone's afraid of just not being enough. Well, you are more than enough. You are worthy, you are whole, you are deserving, you are lovable, you are incredible inside and out, and these fears are just getting to you, getting to the best of you. So, something that will be worked through. All right, well, I love and appreciate you, Scorpio. I hope you found this reading helpful and insightful. Please let me know if you did. Very interesting. I'm shocked with how much fire came out in this reading, but yeah, it came out for a reason. So I don't think I've seen a reading with that much freaking fire. Full of fire, full of just, all right, very explosive. So I love you. I'll see you later. Have a wonderful day. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and private readings available down below. Bye, Scorpio.